Right then, welcome to the channel. It's going to be showcasing the build of my K11 Micra. So, started out life as a first facelift, silver obviously. I put a pre-face front end on it. That's all wired up and working. This build is going to be sort of following what I do to it engine wise and the rest of it. It's already got coilovers on it, wheels. It's been sat for a little bit. Yeah, got a pan rod in it and stuff, you know, just all sort of simple micro bits in it, steering wheel. But yeah, it's a stock 1 litre Dizzy. It's got a Premise Performance UEL manifold on it. Makes it sort of sound like a Boxer Subaru kind of thing. Nice. But yeah, so at the moment I'm literally just taking the front end off again, sort out some of the wiring, because the plugs are different, so I had to wire in these just to sort of test this taping up where it's all joined up. It'll look a bit cleaner. I need to do some repair work because these headlights I have, they're a bit fucked. All the joining and the mounting bits are not good, so I think I'll end up getting some different headlights for them. Then I'll paint them black inside. But yeah, it's gonna be sort of deciding what I want to do with it, because either I don't know whether to turbo it or GA16 swap. There's benefits and negatives of both. Turbo, you keep the same engine. Just got to sort of fabricate everything where it mounts and everything. And then there's also management, getting more fuel into it so it doesn't blow up. GA16, again, it's good because you use the stock gearbox mounts and shafts and everything. But then you've got to notch the chassis rail where the water pump is, or cut water pump off and use an electric one, which is all doable. Also got to make a custom driver side engine mount. But yeah, it's gonna be part 1. I don't know when part 2 will come up, because it'll be when I've decided what I'm going to do with it. Yeah, so I'll go with suspension a bit more, because it's got Corsa B coilovers. I've used actual Corsa B top mounts. They'll sort of slot in the holes, but it means you've got a proper top mount on there that actually works, like a Micra top mount bodged onto a Corsa strut. You might be able to see it in there. A little bit of the painted pink. Same with the rear shocks. See them in there. For a Micra, it's okay. Got a bit of rust on the sill. It's not terminal. Wheel needs sorting. Cross member, bit of crust. Nothing too major. And this sill, it's probably the best. And it's pretty mint, that is. Stripped out in the back as well. March wind deflectors, usual Nissan peeling paint. Got these like quick latch style bonnet pins on it. But yeah, plan for this is a track car. Got decent tires. They've got TR ones and then T1Rs on the rear. So handle's good. Put bigger brakes on it as well. But yeah, do a bit of aero, sort of a wing on the back, some side skirts. Got an air dam on the front, sort of pre-face bumper, but a big split would be nice. Yeah, just sort of been inspecting it. I've taken off this panel because I'm going to sell my unequal length manifold, because plan to, if it was to turbos, to try and use this manifold, because it was fairly expensive, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Hoping to be able to mount a turbo off where it goes into one, but there's just no room. I mean, you could mount it out here, but then it's got to, like, where's the exhaust going to go down, and it's a lot to think about. So the idea now is to do a GA16 swap. So that's out of an Almera or Primera. So yeah, I'm gonna be able to use the standard 1 litre gearbox shafts and everything, Also the wiring loom as well, apart from some plugs that are different. Use the 1 litre throttle body on it as well to keep all that the same. Flywheel, use the 1 litre flywheel and clutch, but we're going to have to bore out the centre to fit over the GA16 crank. Over here, we should be able to use a stock water pump and just notch the chassis. There's a video by a guy called Nissan. He did a GA swap and he just notched it, made a custom engine mount here, and it all worked out. I will be getting rid of the power steering, so if it's like this, where the alternator is run off of like a pulley that sticks out further than the water pump, well hopefully it isn't, so I can only have 1 pulley coming off, you know, just for the water pump and alternator, but I think it's probably the same. Hopefully there should be enough room. There's a fair bit you can notch without affecting the rigidity too much. Hopefully it should be okay. It'll be the first time doing things like this because I don't know how to weld, and end goal with this I'd love to do a K swap, but that's just way too sort of in depth for my skill set. So I think this would be a good starting point, you know, because we're going to have to do cutting and welding, but it's still going to be fairly easy in terms of an engine swap, you know, keeping the same loom and everything. Power wise, should be around 110 horsepower. Should go well in this considering it's got 54 now, so pretty much double power. Hopefully it should be decent. And in the end, when I do get bored of that, I can turbo the GA16. They make good number, around 200-ish, looking at videos and stuff. So yeah, and that's the plan for now. Just been looking at the cross member because I noticed it's quite crusty, and yeah, it's not the best, so I'm gonna have to patch that up. Haven't looked at the sill yet. Same on that side of the cross member. I don't know if you see. So it may be worth putting a new cross member in, or just patching that. I'm not too sure yet. Main focus is going to be engine. While the engine's out, I'm going to paint the bay also, sort of make it look nice. So yeah, that's the end of the first part. Next part, hopefully we might have an engine, don't know. See how it all goes. Thanks for watching.